The paper door slid open, and sitting upright on the sleeping mat in her burial clothes, neck turned all the way around while her body stayed perfectly still, was my mother. "I knows your name." Part 2 of 4. I want to tell you exactly what I did next 'cause it matters. I did not run. The front door of the hanok was less than 10 steps behind me. I know that now. I knew it then. But my legs would not move, and something else was also true. Some part of me did not want to leave. I think that is the most dangerous thing in the world. When something uses the shape of love to hold you in place. The second finger finished its drag down the paper door. Silence again. Then the paper door slid open, not all the way, halfway, just enough. The smell hit me first, thick, sweet, rotting flowers and something under it that I have no word for except wrong. The room inside was dark except for a thread of gray light from a crack in the wooden shutter above the sleeping mat. And in that gray light, sitting upright on the mat, was my mother. Or the shape of her. She was too still to be alive. She was too straight. Old people do not sit that straight. Her back was like a board, her hands flat on her thighs, and her head was turned all the way to face me. Her body had not moved, only her head. I heard the bones of her neck. I heard them clearly. She was wearing the ivory funeral clothes we had buried her in 3 weeks ago. They were stained at the knees, dark brown, the color of old blood or old earth. I could not see her eyes. The sockets were dark. Completely dark. The gray light touched everything else in that room, her white hair, her hands, the sleeping mat, but it did not touch where her eyes should have been. She opened her mouth. She said my name, Jiksu, in my mother's voice, in the exact pitch and weight of my mother's voice, the voice I had heard every day for the first 30 years of my life. And that is what broke something in me. Not the sight of her, the voice. My legs came back. I stumbled backward and hit the corridor wall, and my shoulder went numb from the impact, and I did not care. I turned and I walked fast. I was not running. I want to be clear about that. I was walking very fast toward the front room. I picked up my bag. I told myself I was leaving. I reached for the front latch. The latch would not move. I am not saying it was locked. I am saying it would not move. I tried it with both hands. I braced my foot against the door frame. The latch was cold and slick under my fingers, and it simply would not turn. Behind me, down the corridor, I heard the sound of the sleeping mat. The soft compression of it, as if someone had stood up from it slowly, putting their weight on it as they rose. Then one footstep, on the wooden floor, then another. I stopped trying the latch. My vision had narrowed. I could only see the door in front of me and nothing else. My hands were shaking, not trembling, shaking hard enough that I could hear my fingernails on the wood. I turned around because I am old enough to know that not looking does not help. The corridor was empty, but the inner room door was open all the way now, wide open, and the sleeping mat at the center of the room was empty too. Something was not in the room anymore. I had heard no more footsteps. I had heard nothing after those two. And then I felt its breath on the back of my neck, slow, cold, wet. I understood what it wanted. It wanted me to go lie down. I had felt its breath on my neck. I had heard it say my name. But I had not yet seen its hands up close, and I did not yet know why it had been waiting specifically for me, and no one else, to come back to this house. That's it for part 2. Follow Untold Lores for part 3. Like and subscribe for daily stories.